or Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Before we get started, please direct your attention to the field for an announcement from Elmhurst head coach Allie Howard.
Hi everyone. Sorry about that. Hi everyone. I just want to say thank you for coming today. Today is our inaugural SIDS awareness game. About 2 years ago, May 12th, I lost my daughter to sudden infant death syndrome. Unfortunately, there's no cause. It happened and there's no reason behind it. However, there is a foundation called the Roberts Program out of Boston Children's Hospital. We donated McKinley's tissues to them, and they have been researching SIDS for a little over 16 years now, looking at different causes, looking at different things in the different babies where they might find a causality between them. At this point, there's only speculation for causality. There is no science that has been able to link the reason to why these babies just die in their sleep. The program is run off of donations and a few grants, and so today we are raising money and awareness of SIDS because it's, as I'm sure you understand, difficult to talk about. But I want to say thank you for helping us raise money to this program that's not just helping my family, but many others. I met 3 people within 6 months on the street that this had happened to. I also want to invite Kent to Zone. They are donating a big check today. I don't know how much actually.
Allie, on behalf of Kent Design Manufacturing and all our associates, we are very honored to be able to participate in your event today and donate the amount of $2,000.
Okay, I'm sorry for. But again, thank you all for coming. Thank you guys for wearing socks with us and donating. Let's have a game.
Thank you, Coach Howard. Before we begin, let's meet the starting lineups. First for Alma. Number 1, Riley McGeorge. Number 3, Emma Keith. Number 6, Haley Willman. Number 9, Emily Flynn. Number 10, Joanna Scorzelio. Number 11, Olivia Bunce. Number 12, Jamie Sherman. Number 17, Sam Peterson. Number 18, Ava Friedrichsen. Number 21, in goal, Elena Fry. Number 23, Kristen Brown. And number 27, Lauren Penny. The Fighting Scots are coached by Ashley Johnson and entered today's game with an overall record of 8-0. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. In goal, number 0, Corinna Salmon. Number 11, Sophia Mikos. Number 12, Gabby Castillo. Number 13, Michaela Armstrong. Number 15, Lindsay Novak. Number 16, Marissa Masato. Number 19, Erin De La Cruz. Number 20, Katie Shanatsky. Number 21, Marie Corpus. Number 22, Maddie Deckman. Number 24, Gracie Eastman. And number 29, MC Brown. The Blue Jays are coached by Allie Howard and entered today's game with an overall record of 0-5. Our officials for today's contest are Jay Avician, Joseph Bruno, and Donald Newell. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
we are just about ready for NCAA women's lacrosse here from Langhorst Field. Sort of an emotional speech before the game there by Blue Jay head coach Allie Howard. Fortunate to hear about her daughter, McKinley, who passed away several years ago when she was just 5 months old of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. And so this is the inaugural SIDS awareness game. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more and contribute and donate, just go on Google and Google Roberts program. They're out of Boston to learn more about that service offered to families who have lost a child suddenly and unexpectedly because of SIDS. So Alma College out of Alma, Michigan, out of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Boy, what a start and what a year it has been so far for head coach Ashley Johnson. 8-0 coming into this morning's game. They're averaging over 22 goals per game. Meanwhile, for the Blue Jays head coach Allie Howard, looking for that first victory of the season. 0-5 are the Blue Jays 0-1 in the CCIW. Blue Jays averaging just under 4 goals per contest. 3 officials for this morning's contest: Joe Bruno, Jay Abashian, and Don Newell. And we are just about ready to go. Gracie Eastman will take the draw control for the Blue Jays. Riley McGeorge will take it for the Scots. Scots in the traveling white jerseys with the maroon numbers. The word Alma across the front of their jerseys, and the Blue Jays in their home navy blue jerseys with the white numbers. And the word Elmhurst written across the front of their jerseys. And the opening draw control is up and underway, and it's going to be scooped up by the Scots, and we are off and running here in Elmhurst. Glad to have you logged on here to BlueJayTV.com as we settle in for Blue Jay lacrosse. Again, this is going to be a tough challenge this morning here for head coach Allie Howard and her Blue Jays. This is a very impressive Alma team. Mentioned 8-0 coming into this morning's game. The Scots knocked off the Illinois Institute of Technology yesterday by a score of 25-6. Karina Salmon in goal here for the Blue Jays, looking for an outlet. Kind of directing someone, still looking for someone, and she now passes it off, and getting checked from behind there by Kirsten Brown. And hitting the deck hard was MC Brown, no relation. Kirsten spells her last name with an E at the end. Midfield is Gracie Eastman. Eastman racing down the near sideline, and she was shoved by McGeorge. And it will be Eastman here on the restart. Just underway here in Elmhurst, Illinois. Game time temperature, 39 degrees. Snow flurries expected throughout the afternoon. Making the move and taking the shot that time, Katie Shanatsky for the Blue Jays. Shot clock down to 28 now for Elmhurst. Scooping it up, Debbie Kim, the senior attacker on the far wing. Gabby Castillo now pivots, passes. Ball is down on the ground, and it's scooped up by the Scots. Well, now back down, and it's scooped up by Castillo. So a new shot clock here for the Blue Jays as we've got an injured player, Bailey Ekstrand. Actually, that's Debbie Kim. And now she's up under her own power, but limping noticeably on that right leg. And so she is going to come out of the game. Pauline Shalmo, senior attacker, number 17, is going to come in to replace Debbie. So one senior replacing another senior here in the early going. Blue Jay ball here on the restart. To restart it, it'll be Gracie Eastman here. It's been a while since the Blue Jays last played. Castillo gives it up here to MC Brown. And Brown flips it over here to the near wing. Eastman on the attack. Eastman loses it, tries to pick it back up. Ball is down, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper, Elena Fry, who is a sophomore. Now we've got a whistle. And it'll be Alma's ball here. Blue Jays last played up in Waukesha against Carroll on Friday, March 11th. So it's been like 3 weeks. Blue Jays lost 11-2, by the way, in that ball game to the Pioneers. And boy, we just can't catch a break as far as the weather goes. Man, 39 degrees with the wind chill. It feels like 33 degrees. Winds out of the south from 10 to 13 miles an hour, meaning from the bottom of your monitor up to the top of your monitor. And when that wind blows, it's a bit chilly out here, folks. No score, just about 4 minutes into this one. Oh, nice play defensively that time by Castillo to knock it away. Blue Jays, by the way, in that game against Carroll, did not score until the second half. So let's hope that they can change things here at home and get on the board here in the first half. Again, it's Salmon walking the ball up, the goalkeeper, looking for an outlet. Still looking. Pretty good defense by Alma. And now she flips it ahead here to the Blue Jays. Knocked away and knocked out from behind. And it will be Blue Jay ball here. Marie Corpus crosses midfield here for the Blue Jays. 4 15-minute quarters. And now here is Eastman. Eastman got cut off there by McGeorge. Racing in and shooting the ball was Gabby Castillo. Nice idea by Castillo. Cutting into the crease, got the ball, shot it a little bit high. And so it'll be Blue Jays behind the cage. Work it now on the far wing. Curling around, not getting a shot, is Katie Shanatsky. Now here's Eastman. Eastman curling around, shooting, and no, saved by Fry. Boy, Eastman had a great opportunity. She had a lot of momentum on the curl, but Fry with a good save for Alma. Ball still down on the ground, and it's going to be scooped up by McGeorge. And now a whistle. They need to reset the shot clock to 90 seconds. 9:25 here left to play here in the opening quarter. By the way, the first of 2 lacrosse games, the men riding an 8-game winning streak will be taking on Carroll at 1 o'clock today. We'll bring that for you here on BlueJayTV.com. Boy, the Coach Morrell and the men's team really could be 10-0. Lost the first 2 games of the season to 2 very good teams, and then have rattled off 8 straight and are playing extremely well. Picked off here by McGeorge. So we'll have the men for you at 1 o'clock this afternoon here on BlueJayTV.com. Ball down on the ground, picked up by Shanatsky. Shanatsky on the dead sprint. See if she can get off a shot here as she puts the brakes on. Let her teammates catch up with her. Coming out from behind the cage, ball goes down to the ground. It's going to be picked up by Shanatsky on the far wing. Shanatsky passes it off to Eastman. Bit of contact. Eastman trying to create some space. And a nice pass. And another shot by the Blue Jays is wide to the left. That was Shanatsky on the drive. Eastman with a really nice pass. Shanatsky flirting with her 5th, that would have been her 5th goal. She's got 4 goals on the year so far. Up top to Eastman. Again, we are scoreless here in this first quarter. 7:43 left to play. Eastman, here's Shanatsky. Shanatsky drops it, picks it up off the ground. Well, now it's back down on the ground. And the Blue Jays scoop it up. Here's Shalmo. Takes the shot, and Fry. Well, Shalmo got it to go. Got by Fry, so Shalmo, who came in for an injured player, she scores the goal. For Shalmo, it's her first goal of the season. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. How about that? So Debbie Kim went out with an injury. Kim is still sitting down on the sideline for the Blue Jays. Pauline Shalmo came in for her, and Shalmo scores the goal. Good start for the Blue Jays. Again, the last game up in Waukesha against Carroll, the Blue Jays did not score until the second half, so they got on the board here with 7:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Eastman going up against McGeorge on the draw control. And this draw control is won by the Blue Jays. Eastman scoops it up. Boy, Blue Jays can get another goal here and get up 2-0 against the 8-0 Scots. We would have a story brewing here in Elmhurst. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Quick-paced first quarter here. It's time of possession. The Blue Jays have had the ball most of this quarter. This ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to Elmhurst University. Again, Elmhurst out of the tough CCIW. Alma College out of Alma, Michigan, out of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Shanatsky now at the point, drops it. Ball up in the air, down in the ground. Still a 50-50 ball here, and it's going to be picked up by the Scots. McGeorge comes up with it. So after all that, the Blue Jays turn the ball over here. Ball going ahead. Lauren Kenny trying to track it down. And it's going to go to Alma. Kenny in possession on the far wing. Throws it up to the point to Brown. And a turnover. So Alma turns the ball back over to the Blue Jays. Ball down on the ground. Eastman trying to battle for it with McGeorge. And McGeorge comes away with the ground ball for the Scots. Blue Jays up 1-0 here. 5:19 remaining here in the opening quarter. A chilly spring morning here in Elmhurst. 39 degrees at the start of this one. Now we got a whistle, stoppage of play. Alma now with an opportunity here to tie things up here. It'll be McGeorge doing the honors. There's the whistle. McGeorge goes ahead, fires, and saved by Salmon. The freshman comes up with a huge save, 1-on-1, and McGeorge versus Salmon, and Karina got the best of that matchup. Two young goalkeepers here this morning, the Blue Jays. Salmon, just a freshman, and in goal, Fry, a sophomore for the Scots. There's a shot on goal by Shanatsky. It's wide to the left. 4:37 left to play here in this opening quarter. Coming in and shooting and scoring is Gabby Castillo. Oh my, fifth goal of the year for Gabby Castillo. Comes with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter, and the Blue Jays lead it by a score of 2-0. And a timeout on the field taken by head coach Ashley Johnson and the Scots of Alma College. So what a start for Allie Howard and the Blue Jays. First goal of the game came with 7 minutes and 14 seconds to play. Pauline Shalmo, who came in replacing an injured Debbie Kim, she scores the first goal of the game. That made it 1-0. And now, just a couple of moments ago, with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter, it was Gabby Castillo with her 5th goal of the year, and the Blue Jays are on top 2-0. Like to remind you that the second game of our doubleheader will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. It'll be Mark Morrell and the Blue Jays men's team taking on Carroll in the Blue Jays home conference opener, CCIW battle. That'll be at 1 o'clock this afternoon right here on BlueJayTV.com. By the way, our first chance here to congratulate John Baines and the Blue Jay men's basketball program. And man, what a season it was as the Blue Jays made it all the way to the NCAA Division III National Championship game, all only to fall to the national champs Randolph-Macon. Randolph-Macon with just one loss on the entire season, but the Blue Jays, what a season it was, and congratulations to head coach John Baines and that Blue Jay men's basketball team. 6 players, 23 years of age. So that is a veteran team. Everybody coming back. In the case of Jake Rohde with an injury, and of course with COVID. Of course, the Blue Jays were supposed to be playing in a Sweet 16 game two years ago. But because of COVID, that game got canceled. That would have been played here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. But we enjoyed 2 NCAA tournament games here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. And boy, oh boy, what an atmosphere it was. A great turnout by the students here at Elmhurst University and the community. It was a packed house. Blue Jays won both of those games, and of course making it all the way to the national championship game. And what a season it was. Congratulations to Coach Baines and the Blue Jay basketball team. So after the timeout here, on the draw control, it'll be Eastman against McGeorge. Blue Jays getting the first 2 goals of this game, and they lead it by a score of 2-0, looking for their first win of the season. Meanwhile, the Alma College Scots, 8-0 on the year. Scots get this draw control. Out of the timeout, shot and a save by Salmon. Salmon with a couple of nice saves here in this first quarter. Outlets it to Castillo. Castillo scoops it up off the ground. Scots average over 22 goals per game. Blue Jays just under 4 goals per game on average this season. Ball down to the ground. It's turned over. Sam Peterson gets the ground ball for the Scots. Peterson with a spin move at midfield. Checked by Maddie Deckman. Lauren Kenny now straight up the middle. Kenny passes it off here to Joanna Scorziello. Scorziello defended fairly tightly there by MC Brown. Scorziello still has it in the far wing. And now she comes close into the crease area and she'll jog it behind the cage. Scorziello still with the ball, looking for an outlet. Bit of contact, makes the nice move towards the goal, drops it, picks it up, shoots, and it gets by Salmon for the first goal of the morning for the Scots. Who was the goal? It looked like it was Emma Keith, I believe, scored the goal for Alma. Let's take another look at it here. You'll see little curl. Oh, no, scores yellow. Okay, yeah, scores yellow. Picked it up off the ground, turned and shot with 3 minutes and 1 second left to play here in this first quarter. It is now 2-1 Blue Jays after the goal by Joanna Scorziello, her 16th goal of the season for Joanna. She is just a freshman. So it'll be Eastman and McGeorge on the draw control here with 3 minutes and 1 second remaining. Boy, that was all Scorziello. She held on to the ball for a long time. She had it on the far wing, jogged it behind the cage, came out on the near wing here and found some space, dropped it on the ground, picked it up, turned and shot and scored. Draw control up in the air, and it's scooped out of the air nicely there by Sam Peterson. So quickly here, the Scots with an opportunity to tie this game up, although it's on the ground, and it's going to be scooped up by the Blue Jays. This is Marissa Masado, basketball player. Played for Coach Carrillo this winter on the hardwood. She's not the only basketball player on this squad. Morgan Collar, defenseman, junior, also played on the basketball team for the Blue Jays. Salmon now the goalkeeper looking to pass. Jogs it here to the near side, getting instructions from head coach Allie Howard. Salmon lets it fly, and it's going to be picked off. Haley Willman. Willman passes, good passing by Alma, and they've got an open shot. Lauren Kenny with the goal, and just like that, we are tied at 2. Well, it all started after that pass by Salmon. It was picked off by Haley Willman, and good passing by Alma, resulting in a goal by Lauren Kenny. And just like that, we're tied at 2. Good indication there on the passing abilities of this Scots team. Basically had a 3-on-1 fast break situation, and Kenny found the back of the net, and we're tied at 2 here with 2:06 left to play here in the opening quarter as the sun tries to peek through this overcast morning. Again, 39 degrees at the start of this game. Draw control won by, well, I was going to say the Blue Jays, but Castillo couldn't quite handle it, and the Scots win the draw control. Brown with a nice pass again to Lauren Kenny, and Lauren Kenny bounces it in. Boy, the Blue Jays were fortunate that Kenny didn't score her second goal of the game. We're still tied at 2. Kenny making the move. She comes, gets the angle. Salmon with a save. Outlets it to MC Brown. Boy, Salmon has had a nice first quarter here in goal for the Blue Jays. Eastman now in the middle of the field. No one coming up on her. Now they finally dig in defensively. McGeorge did. And Eastman will wait for her teammates to settle in here. 1:10 to play here in this opening quarter. We're tied at 2. Blue Jays scored the first 2 goals of the game, but then within about a minute of each other, the Scots with 2 goals themselves to tie the game up at 2. Turnover here on the breakout. Here's Haley Willman. Willman loses it right around midfield. However, she got it back, bobbled it, and retains possession. Here's Kenny now, already with 1 goal, looking for her second. Nothing there. Instead, she flips it over to Scorziello. Scorziello drops it down on the ground. Whistle. Bit of a push. It's going to go to Alma. Scores the yellow on the restart. 17 seconds to go here in the quarter. Stop the clock with 15 seconds to go. Waiting for the whistle to start. Eastman is backing off of Scores the yellow. And there's the whistle. Here's McGeorge. Dropped it. McGeorge looking to pick it up. Instead, it was Kirsten Brown who picked it up and scores. With 10 seconds to play here in the first quarter, 3 unanswered now for Alma, and the Scots take the lead for the first time this morning. They lead it by a score of 3-2. 25th goal of the season for Brown. Just a freshman. Bit of a discussion with the 3 officials in the crease area of the Blue Jays. So it's 3-2 after that goal by Kirsten Brown. Eastman and McGeorge on the draw control with just over 10 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter. Jerica Marietti, number 15, sophomore attacker, coming into the game for the Scots. Blue Jays have done a nice job on these draw controls here in this opening quarter. See if Eastman can win this one. And whistle, and I think we're going to... No, they're going to give it to the Blue Jays here. And that's the end of the opening quarter. So the Blue Jays score the first 2 goals of the game, but then 3 unanswered goals by the Scots. And Alma College leads by a score of 3-2. We'll take a break here. As you are logged on to BlueJayTV.com, it's the first of 2 lacrosse games here at Langhorst Field. The men's game against Carroll will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That will be the second game of our doubleheader here on BlueJayTV.com. But in the women's game here at the end of 1, the Blue Jays trail by a score of 3-2. You're logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
And welcome back to Langhorst Field as we get ready for the second quarter of this morning's game between Elmhurst and Alma, 3-2 in favor of the Scots. Blue Jays scored first 2 goals of the game, Pauline Shalmo and Gabby Castillo. Blue Jays were up 2-0, but then 3 goals by the Scots, one by Joanna Scorziello, Lauren Kenny, and then with 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Kirsten Brown gave the Scots their first lead of the game. So that's where we're at here. Draw control to start the second quarter. 3-2 in favor of Alma. Draw control won by the Blue Jays. McGeorge had it, but then she dropped it, and it went right into the hands of MC Brown. Right into the stick, I should say. Brown with the shot. Elena Fry, the goalkeeper, went over the crossbar. So Alma ball as they flip it to their goalkeeper, Fry. And the Scots on the attack here. Well, if you're head coach Allie Howard, have to be pretty pleased with the effort of your Blue Jays here as we start the second quarter. Here's Lauren Kenny, has one of the 3 goals for the Scots. Kenny on the sprint here. Gets by Eastman. Kenny still in control. Backs out. Now she attacks. And we'll flip it over to Brown. And Brown retreats. Brown with a nice pass to McGeorge. McGeorge tried to curl, get an angle, and she lost control of it, but now she's going to have a free ball here. It'll be McGeorge against Salmon. McGeorge, the sophomore, going up against Salmon, the freshman goalkeeper. McGeorge. And the save by Salmon. Salmon flips it ahead to Masato. Masato down on the ground. Marissa scoops it up. Now dropped it again. And we got a whistle, and the ball is going to go to the Blue Jays. Masato picks it up and flips it over to MC Brown. MC Brown loses it, however, to Scorziello. Scorziello does a 360. Up ahead. Here's Keith. And Keith will bring it behind the cage, guarded by Corpus. A little over 2 minutes gone by here in this second quarter from sidearm, if you will. Emma Keith's shot. And it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Blue Jays here. I'll tell you, the Blue Jays looking a lot better from an offensive standpoint as far as passing the ball, spreading the field than they did early on in the season. You have seen improvement from this ball club, and although they have not had any victories to show, this is definitely a much improved ball club. Proving it here this morning against an undefeated Alma College team here. Blue Jays now spreading it around as we are at the 12-minute mark on this chilly morning here in Elmhurst. NCAA Division III Lacrosse. Eastman holding. Guarded by Oliva Bunce. Eastman trying to break free. Eastman couldn't get it off, and the ball is down on the ground. And a whistle before anybody could get control of the ball. It's going to go to the Scots here. Flip it back to the goalkeeper, Fry. Fry gets it ahead to Peterson. Peterson is a leading scorer for the Fry. She's got 46 goals coming into this one. So keep an eye on number 17. She's got the ball right now. Scots lead it by a score of 3-2. Here's Keith. Keith flips it, tried to get it to Scorziello, but she couldn't handle it. And a good effort by Salmon coming out of the net to track down the ball, and it'll be Blue Jays ball. Salmon waits for the teammates to go downfield, and now looking to outlet it to someone. By the way, the goalkeepers in the women's game cannot score a goal. They would be considered a field player, and that stick that the goalies have would be an illegal stick for a field player. So the goalies cannot score a goal. The women's side. Coming in and taking the shot that time was Katie Shanatsky, and looked like a goal. And finally a late signal there by the official. Shanatsky with the goal. He saw the ball go through the back of the net, but I was waiting for the official to make the call, and it was a late call here. Take another look at the shot on goal here by Shanatsky. You see the ball go through, and you see it hit the back of the net and in, and then finally the goal by the official, and we are tied at 3. For Shanatsky, it's her 5th goal of the season. Coming with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Shanatsky, a senior attacker. One of the leaders on this Blue Jays team. Gave a pat on the back, a little encouragement to the head coach, Allie Howard, when she made her speech before the ball game. By the way, this is the inaugural SIDS awareness game, and the head coach of the Blue Jays, Allie Howard, unfortunately lost her daughter, McKinley, several years ago when McKinley was just 5 months old because of SIDS. And we're here to raise awareness about SIDS, and there's a Roberts program based out of Boston. If you want to check that out, the Roberts program is a clinical service offered to families who have lost a child suddenly or unexpectedly because of SIDS. It's a clinic that offers diagnostic tests free of charge to any child who has died suddenly and unexpectedly. So for Coach Howard, her Blue Jays have responded and playing well here. Tied at 3 against this Alma team that is undefeated, 8-0 on the year. Blue Jays have yet to win a game this season. Now Eastman comes over just about 6 yards away from head coach Allie Howard. McGeorge comes over and puts an end to that conversation. Blue Jays still in possession. It's Eastman as we are under the 9-minute mark of this first half. Tied at 3. Eastman gives it off to Shanatsky. Shanatsky looking for her second goal. It goes off of her knee, and she can't quite track it down. The Blue Jays turn it over here to the Scots. Again, the second game of our doubleheader here on BlueJayTV.com. 1 o'clock, Coach Morrell and the men's team will take to the field here at Langhorst, taking on Carroll in their CCIW conference opener. First face-off will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll bring that game to you live here on BlueJayTV.com. Kenny passes it to Peterson. Peterson on the move, takes the shot. Salmon with the save. Again, Peterson, the leading scorer for the Scots with 46 goals coming into this morning's contest. Eastman got double-teamed around midfield, tried to pass it off, and it's picked off. Picked off by Emily Flynn of the Scots. Flynn, and before she passed it off to Kenny, a whistle and a stoppage of play. 7:39 left to play in the half. And it's going to be Emily Flynn with the free start here. Flynn. And another save by Salmon. Blue Jays now on the attack. Here's Eastman getting across midfield. Boy, Salmon has been outstanding here in this first half. In goal for the Blue Jays. Jogging it, Castillo. Whistle and a timeout here, I believe. I think Allie Howard wants to talk things over. Good timeout. Might as well take it. Regroup. Talk a little bit about what you're going to do offensively here. We're tied at 3. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in this first half. And earlier I mentioned that John Baines and the Blue Jay men's basketball team, what a great season it was as they made it all the way to the Division III National Championship game. Of course, in Division I, we've got the Final Four semifinal games being played later on today. And boy, there's a couple of great games, huh? Kansas and Villanova. Two great coaches going at it there. Can Villanova slow down the tempo a little bit? I got to go with Kansas, though. I know they're the favorites, but I think they're playing awful well, as is Villanova. But I'm going to go with Kansas. And, of course, the other one, whoa, what a matchup that is between the North Carolina Tar Heels and Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils. And I'm not going out on a limb. I'm going to go with the Blue Devils on that one. And Coach K, of course, his last dance. See if he gets to the championship game on Monday night. But two great semifinal games in the Division I NCAA tournament. Later on today, Duke and North Carolina, Villanova, and Kansas. And it's been a great tournament. We'll crown a national champion on Monday night. By the way, the next game for these women Blue Jays of Elmhurst will be back here at Langhorse Field this Wednesday, April 6th, when the Blue Jays take on the University of Chicago. And we'll have that one for you. That is a 7 o'clock first draw control this Wednesday against the University of Chicago. And once again, don't forget, later on today at 1 o'clock, the second game of our doubleheader as far as Blue Jay lacrosse goes, it'll be the men's team taking on Carroll in the CCIW conference opener for the Blue Jays. Coach Morrell's team, boy, I tell you what, they are 8-2, and they really could be 10-0 on the season. I mean, their first game of the season was at Center College in Kentucky. Center College is nationally ranked, and the Blue Jays lost by 1, 11-10. And then the men's team, their home opener here against Hope on February 26th. The Blue Jays lost by 4, 17-13, and they were right in that game against the Flying Dutch out of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, same conference as these Alma College Scots. But the Blue Jays, the men's team, started off 0-2, and then they rattled off 8 straight, and they are playing outstanding lacrosse. Can't wait for that game to get underway. Later on today, that'll be 1 o'clock here at Langhorst Field, and we'll bring it to you live here on BlueJayTV.com. All right, out of the timeout here, it'll be Gracie Eastman to restart things. Tied at 3. Just over 7 minutes remaining here in this first half. The inaugural SIDS awareness game. Elmhurst and Alma College. Shinatsky holding at the point. Already has a goal for the Blue Jays. Veers her way off to the left. Now pivots. Trying to create some space. Now we'll back out. Shot clock at 40, so plenty of time for the Blue Jays. Shinatsky still in possession. Now dropped it, and it's picked up by Peterson of the Scots. Peterson fires it ahead to Scorziello. Scorziello now on the sprint, straight up the middle. Player on either side of her. Scorziello with a nice pass. Shot attempt that time by Sherman. And Salmon makes another nice defensive stop. Ball picked up by the Blue Jays, trying to get it to Eastman. It couldn't quite get there, and it's scooped up by Brown. Brown on the attack here for Alma. Brown comes in, shoots. It's high into the left, but there is a whistle. Just over 6 minutes left here in this first half. And, it's going to be Kirsten Brown here with an opportunity for Alma to break this tie. Brown fires it, another save by Salmon. Salmon fires it ahead to Masato. Corpus, zigging and zagging, now gets across midfield. Boy, Salmon can't say enough of the freshman goalkeeper. Now it's Eastman. Eastman flips it over to Ekstrand. Castillo. And Shanatsky will jog it over to the far wing. Castillo gets out of there as they try to get it and work it behind the cage, but they lose it and they turn the ball over to the Scots. Scots get it to their goalkeeper, Fry. Fry passes it out here to Fredrickson. Fredrickson on the sprint here on the near side. Fredrickson still sprinting. And now she'll jog it up. One bounce pass to Keith as Keith works it behind the net. Keith comes out, curls, gets a good angle, and it's wide to the left. Right idea by Keith, just couldn't quite get there. And scooping it up, trying to get the shot off, scores the yellow, and now she'll back it out. Boy, scores the yellow, was right in the crease, had a great opportunity, but she couldn't put the claws on the ball. Now the pass is down on the ground. Kenny tries to save it for Alma, but she cannot. It's going to go to the Blue Jays here. We're still tied at 3 with just over 4 minutes to play here in this first half, and McGeorge breaks free and scores. McGeorge breaks the tie here with 4 minutes and 1 second left to play here in the first half. McGeorge scores for the Scots. First goal of the morning for McGeorge, and it's 4-3 Alma here. So each team scoring a goal here in the second quarter. Katie Shanatsky scored her 5th goal of the season for the Blue Jays with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the quarter. And now with just a tick over 4 minutes to play, it is Riley McGeorge coming up with the goal for the Scots to break the tie. Eastman and McGeorge on the draw control. Well, no, instead, it's Brown on the draw control for the Scots, and the Blue Jays come away with it. Here's Eastman on the sprint. Eastman with an opportunity. Ooh, she defensively closed out nicely. Willman thought Eastman was going to take the shot, but Willman defensively closed out quickly, and Eastman couldn't get the shot off. But now it's going to be Eastman on the restart with a chance to tie this one up. Eastman against the goalkeeper, Fry. Eastman gets the shot, and Fry with a save, but she couldn't put the handle on it, and Eastman scooped it up. Nice aggressive play by Gracie, and the Blue Jays will have another opportunity here. 3:35 to play here in this first half. Blue Jays trailing by just 1. And just looking at the numbers going into this game, you knew this was going to be a tough challenge for the Blue Jays, but boy, so far in this game, they have risen to the challenge. Find themselves trailing by just 1. 4-3. Ball down on the ground. Trying to scoop it up, Castillo, and she does. Shot clock at 39. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Shanatsky curling, drops it, scoops it right back up. Flips it up to the point to Eastman. Eastman penetrating. Passes it off to Shanatsky. Shanatsky got it poked away. Ball loose behind the cage. Battling for it is Lindsay Novak, number 26. It's going to go to the Blue Jays here. Well, now the officials are saying, nope, we're giving it to Alma. 2:23 left. Alma in possession and a one goal lead, 4-3. Ball down on the ground. Bunts picked it up, passes it to McGeorge. Scott's trying to clear. Getting across midfield is McGeorge. Alma clears it. McGeorge has a goal earlier in this quarter. Taking the shot that time was Jamie Sherman. She was right in the crease area. She was looking to pass. And then she said, well, I'm right here at the goal. Why don't I turn around and shoot it? But it was wide, and picking it up, Salmon, the goalkeeper here. 1.5 minutes left here in this first half. Blue Jays with a chance here, trying to tie it, heading into the locker room. It's currently 4-3 Scots. Salmon passes it up ahead. Dela Cruz at midfield. Dela Cruz passes it up over the head of Castillo. She can't track it down, and the Blue Jays will turn it over. Kirsten Brown will pick up the ball, and she will restart it here for Alma. Good play defensively from behind by Novak to knock it loose, but it's picked up by Alma. Foul against the Blue Jays on the restart. It's Frederickson for Alma. Ball down in the crease area. Still nobody has possession of it. Finally scooped up by the Blue Jays. Oh, nice play defensively by Peterson to knock it free, but picking it up was MC Brown. Back to the goalkeeper, Salmon. Salmon walking it off, waiting for things to clear here. 7 seconds to go, and I think Salmon is just going to walk it off, and that's the end of the first half. There's the horn. 1/2 of Lacrosse in the books here from Langhorst Field. It's the visiting Scots of Alma College with an 8-0 record. They lead it here at halftime by a score of 4-3. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back for third quarter action. You're watching Blue Jay Lacrosse on BlueJayTV.com.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
My name is Michael. I'm a senior here. I study special education and I'm a first-generation college student.
My name is Lauren Berryhill. I'm a junior and I'm a music education major.
My name is Sarah Jean Dickey. I am a double major in mathematics and computer science with a minor in Spanish, and I'm a senior.
My name is Randy Morales. I'm a freshman and I'm a psychology major.
I transferred to Elmhurst because I like the small class sizes and I really value that professor-student relationship that I knew that I was going to get here.
When I was looking at other colleges, it just didn't feel like people cared and wanted you there the same way that when you came to Elmhurst. They just really wanted you to be there and to learn and grow, and I felt like I would be comfortable coming here, but also be pushed in so many ways to grow and become better.
I already knew some people who went here, and I'd visit a couple of times just to hang out with them. I just really liked being around them and being here. And the campus itself is absolutely beautiful.
My sister did go to school here as well. I kind of already knew the campus a little bit, knew it was a great school. I'm glad I chose Elmhurst because it was probably the best place for me, and it was the best monetary decision as well.
When I first transferred, I lived in apartments, but now I live in Stanger, and I really couldn't picture it any other way. Like, I love being on campus. There's just something about rolling out of bed and going to class that I love.
I started out in Chick my freshman year here. I moved to Niebuhr halfway through. I lived in Chick my sophomore year as well, and I've been living in an on-campus house on Myrtle for the past 2 years, and I love it there.
I've actually only lived in Cureton Hall all 3 years. I really could stay there my 4th year and be fine.
I love the community that it brought, that you were one room away from your friends, you were eating dinner on campus together almost every night, and just that there were different opportunities within the residence halls.
A day in the life is pretty hectic. Most music ed majors, their classes are in the mornings and then their ensembles are in the afternoon. So I'm pretty much boom, 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 thing to thing to thing.
I'm a morning person, so whether I have class in the morning or not, I like to wake up a little bit on the earlier side.
So I'd wake up at 5:30, practice, eat breakfast quickly, go to my 9 a.m.
Probably have class till around noon. And depending on the day, I'll probably head out to the local middle school to take some time with my students there, go to the library to do some homework, and then I also work at the library.
Get out of class, go home, change, go directly to work.
I'll usually have work later in the afternoon, and then eat dinner, maybe do some more homework, watch a movie.
Get a dinner or some snacks at the Roost, and then head back to my dorm to do some homework and head to bed.
Usually I spend time with my friends at night, and that's when I get to catch up on what's going on.
My favorite place on campus is on the 3rd floor of the education department. It's the best place to study with the best view.
I have 2 favorite places on campus. One is my house, but I also love the conference room in Daniels.
My favorite place would be the cafeteria.
Sitting in Founders, I love to sit at one of those tables and do homework. You can be in there to have fun, you can be in there to study, and the vibe can be whatever you want it to be.
Out of the 4 classes that I took this past semester, my favorite class was acting. The professor was Dr. Tony Noyce. He is such a character. He's so awesome to be around. It was such a fun experience.
And my favorite class was probably linear algebra with Dr. Crawford. It was part theory and part computation, which I really liked how it pulled those 2 concepts together. And Dr. Crawford is just an amazing teacher. I've had her almost every semester since I've been here.
Post-colonial theory with Dr. Janice Lively, and that class had me thinking about it like all day.
Music theory class, which is probably an interesting choice because it was at 8 a.m. every single day, my freshman year, both semesters, which no one likes 8 a.m.s in college. My professor, Mr. Streeter, is incredible, and my class became more of a community than anything. It was a really nice way to come into college, and honestly, my best friends came out of that class.
One of my favorite activities is the honors program. I've been involved with it all 4 years that I've been on campus here. I'm also involved in Alpha Phi Omega here on campus. You do a lot of service in the community. You get to build relationships with people in the organization, and you get to do a lot of leadership activities.
I've been involved in lots of student groups on campus, all the choral ensembles, the vocal ensembles, and I loved being in late night blues, vocal jazz. We just had a lot of fun and really bonded with each other. I'm also a member of Phi Mu. It's a really fun way to meet people, but also to give back to others that need it.
My favorite organizations that I've been a part of is definitely the Black Student Union, because I really like what they're doing for the campus overall and the social justice issues that they're pursuing on campus.
I'm pretty much just involved with running. I'm really proud to be a Blue Jay because it's an amazing community. Blue also looks really nice when we're running, so it's awesome.
Love being a student ambassador in the Office of Admissions. It's really great because I get to give tours to all these potential students, whether they're first years or transfers.
I'm a CA for the ELSA students, which basically means that I live in the dorms that they also live in to provide any extra support that they might need. And I'm really proud to be part of this program, especially because it's one of the few in the country. And it's awesome because I work with students with disabilities in classrooms, and they always ask me, oh, can I go to Elmhurst? And I can say confidently, yes, you can go to Elmhurst.
When I cross the stage at graduation, I'll be most proud of all the research that I've done. I didn't come into college with the intention to do that. I fell in love with the idea of research and the process of doing research.
It's just incredible to look back and think that Elmhurst has done so much for me already, and I think that's what I'll be most proud of, to think just who I've become and who I want to be still.
I think what I would remember most fondly are obviously my friends that I've made.
Making memories with those friends in really interesting places that normally wouldn't be so exciting, but they are, because you love each other and you get to know each other so well.
Between the professors and the friends that I've made, I think that will stay with me the rest of my life.
People who give back to Elmhurst, you're not only helping me, you're helping my family grow as well. Me graduating college and being the first one to graduate means that hopefully others in my family, like my nephews and nieces, can see that and want to come to a school like Elmhurst.
So when you give money to Elmhurst, you're giving these students the experience of a lifetime and the ability to become who they're meant to be.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to change our lives.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field. We're on the campus of Elmhurst University. Halftime of the women's lacrosse game between the Blue Jays and the Scots of Alma College, and Alma leading it here at the break by a score of 4-3. Mark Kruger, delighted to have you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. The Blue Jays scored the first 2 goals of this game. Pauline Shalmo scored the first goal with just over 7 minutes to play. Then Gabby Castillo scored with 4:28 to play in the first quarter. Blue Jays were up by 2, but then 3 unanswered by the Scots. Joanna Scorziello, Lauren Kenny in a man-up situation tied the game at 2. And then with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, Kirsten Brown scored the goal. The Scots were up 3-2. Each team scoring 1 goal in the second quarter. Katie Shanatsky, with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go, scored her 5th goal of the year. That tied it up at 3. But then with just over 4 minutes to go, Riley McGeorge scored a goal for the Scots to give Alma College a 1-goal lead here at halftime. I mentioned Karina Salmon in goal for the Blue Jays. 8 saves by the freshman in the first half for her. 2 saves by Elena Fry, the sophomore goalkeeper for the Scots. So we are ready to get the third quarter underway. Gracie Eastman going up against Kirsten Brown, and the draw control won by the Scots. Scorziello with the ball now as she will jog it behind the cage. She has 1 of the 4 goals for the Scots. Curls around, tries to get an angle. She does. It got deflected. And Salmon sprinting, trying to get a hold of it. And it goes out of bounds. It will go to the Blue Jays here. Just underway here in the third quarter. This is the inaugural SIDS awareness game. If you didn't see the ceremonies before the ball game, the head coach of the Blue Jays, Allie Howard, unfortunately, a couple of years ago, lost her 5-month-old baby daughter, McKinley, to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, and we're out here to raise awareness. There is a Roberts program based out of Boston. Please look them up, Google them, and if you'd like to donate, please do. It's been a great first half, very competitive here. Alma coming into this one 8-0. The Blue Jays 0-5. And so Elmhurst hanging right with the undefeated Scots. Salmon having trouble finding an outlet. Now she fires it, and on the bounce, it's going to be deflected. Lauren Kenny with the pick. That's happened a couple of times to the Blue Jays. Fires it ahead. Here's Sherman. Sherman will jog it behind the cage. Alma up by 1, 4-3. And we got a whistle here and stoppage of play with 13 minutes and 17 seconds to play. They want to reset the shot clock. Again, this is the first of 2 here on BlueJayTV.com. The second game of our doubleheader will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Coach Morrell and the men's team will take on Carroll in a CCIW conference opener for the Blue Jays. It's a 1 o'clock opening draw. Sherman off the restart here. Sherman passes it to Brown. Brown loses it down on the ground. And Salmon tracks it down, the goalkeeper for the Blue Jays. 2 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. 4-3, Alma with the lead. And again, Salmon having trouble finding an outlet. Now she fires it ahead. And again, on the bounce, it is loose, and it's picked up by Alma. So the Blue Jays having trouble getting it in their offensive end. Ball down on the ground. And whose ball is it? They're going to give it, I think they're going to give it to the Blue Jays. Yeah, Blue Jay ball here. That's something that the Blue Jays are going to have to work on here is Salmon. A couple of times now, she's held the ball in her stick for quite a long time trying to find an outlet. And she passed it, and it's been picked off by Alma. Eastman will set up the offense and throw it to the far wing area to Castillo. And the Blue Jays work it behind the cage. It goes through Shanatsky, and the Blue Jays will turn it over. Blue Jays in that first half, 13 turnovers. Alma with just 6 turnovers in that first half. The Scots with 3 turnovers in the first quarter, 3 turnovers in the second quarter. The Blue Jays had 5 turnovers in the first quarter, 8 turnovers in the second quarter. Here's McGeorge. Wearing number 1 on her back. She will pass it behind the cage to Scorziello. Scorziello looking for someone to get into the crease area for the Scots. Nobody moving, though. Scorziello open for just a second. Decides to flip it to Brown. The ball is down on the ground. Still down on the ground. Nobody in control of it yet. Blue Jays had the opportunity to. And now finally picked up by McGeorge. Shot clock is at 18. McGeorge pivots, turns, shoots down on the ground. Another save by Salmon with 2 seconds on the shot clock. And here we go again. Salmon looking again for the outlet. Alma doing a great job defensively. Now Salmon fires it to, I think that's Shanatsky. Let me just get a number on her. Yes, it is. And Shanatsky picked it up. Now she dropped it. And Brown scoops it up for Alma. So another turnover here early on in this third quarter. Boy, the Blue Jays, after playing so well in that first half, now the drive and the shot by Kenny, and it's going to go to the Scots. The Blue Jays having a tough time clearing it out of their own end. Peterson now curling. Peterson shoots, and it gets by Salmon for the goal. And that makes it 5-3 on the goal by Peterson. For Peterson, that's goal number 47 on the season. Well, again, the Blue Jays having a tough time clearing it, and Alma taking advantage of that. Peterson with a nice little curl remove gets the shot, her first goal of the morning. And now it's a 2-goal advantage for Alma, 5-3. So the Scots, after trailing in this one 2-0, come back now and they lead it by a score of 5-3 with 9:32 to play here in the third quarter. Eastman and Brown on the draw control. See if the Blue Jays can win this one. Eastman and Brown as the official gets the ball set. There's the whistle. And another quick whistle to stop play. And they're going to give it to the Scots. Here's Brown with the ball. Brown still moving. Firing. And it's wide to the left. Whistles now, stops the clock with 9:08 to play here in the third. Scott's ball here. Boy, the Blue Jays need to get going offensively. They need to get a goal here. Trailing by 2. Sherman works around a screen, tries to create some space, shoots it, and it's high and to the right. Get another opportunity here. Scorziello pivots. Ball is in the air. Ball down on the ground. Scorziello picks it up here for the Scots. Scorziello flips it over to Kenny. Kenny now on the move. Kenny has it poked away. Ball down to the ground. Picked up by the Blue Jays. That's Ekstrand. She'll try to run out of traffic. Now she gets double teamed. Throws the ball towards the midfield area. Picked up by Blue Jays. That's a great job now for the Blue Jays to getting in the offensive set. Shanatsky with the ball. She jogs it to the far wing area. Now makes it move to the center of the field. Good job defensively by McGeorge. Eastman now brings it back to the point. MC Brown on the near wing as she fires it over to the far side to Shinatsky. Here's Shinatsky on the move. Pivots. Ball is down in the ground. We got a whistle here, and it'll be Shinatsky. Shinatsky now with a great chance here to get to within one. It's 5-3 Alma. There's a shot by Shinatsky. Fry with a save. It'll be Blue Jay ball here as they bring it behind the cage here. Violation against Alma. And head coach Ashley Johnson, head coach of the Scots, wanting an explanation on that call. Well, Coach Johnson won that argument. It's going to go to Alma. By the way, I failed to report in the first period with just over 3 minutes to go, MC Brown of the Blue Jays was issued a yellow card. And Alma took advantage, scored in the man-up situation there. Lauren Kenny scored her goal. And now we are at 5-3 Alma with 6:36 to play here in the third quarter. Sherman curling around, takes the shot and scores. 6:28 to play here in the third quarter. The shot and the goal by Jamie Sherman. For Sherman, her 21st goal of the season. And it is now 6-3 in favor of the Scots, their biggest lead of the game. Nice job by Sherman. Defender was right on her as she made that curl move. But she got it by Salmon, and now the Scots have doubled up on the Blue Jays here, 6-3. Kirsten Brown and Gracie Eastman on the draw control here. Boy, the last goal by the Blue Jays came with just over 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. It was Katie Shinatsky's goal that tied the game up at 3. But since that goal, 3 straight goals for the Scots. Whistle as Sam Peterson was on the move. And it'll be Peterson here on the restart, and a mano-a-mano situation here. Peterson against Salmon. Shot clock is reset to 90. Peterson already with a goal today, looking for her second. And a save by Salmon. Salmon flips it ahead to Castillo. There's a good outlet pass. Castillo gets it across midfield here. Blue Jays with the ball, trailing by 3 goals here to the undefeated Alma College Scots. Whistle here, and I believe a timeout. I believe the Scots have called a timeout, and they have here. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Alma leading it by a score of 6-3. Again, the next women's game here will be this Wednesday as the Blue Jays will take on the University of Chicago. That is a 7 o'clock draw control. By the way, this game this morning is the first of 4 straight home games for the Blue Jays. Of course, Alma this morning. Then I mentioned on Wednesday night, University of Chicago. That's a 7 o'clock draw control. Then on April 13th, the Blue Jays will host Carthage in another CCIW battle. That is a 7 o'clock draw control. And then April 20th, Illinois Wesleyan, the Titans invade Langhorst Field. That is a 7 o'clock draw control as well. Blue Jays will then go to Naperville to Benedetti Worley Stadium and take on the Cardinals of North Central. April 23rd, Saturday. That is a 11 o'clock a.m. start to that one against North Central. Finish off the regular season here at home on April 27th against the Vikings of Augustana. That is a 4:30 draw control. So that's the rest of the schedule here for the Blue Jays. And, boy, I tell you, win, lose, or draw here today, the Blue Jays have shown quite an improvement over the start of this season. Find themselves trailing, though, by 3 goals here, 6-3, against the undefeated Alma Scots with 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Scots coming off of a 25-goal performance yesterday, knocking off the Illinois Institute of Technology 25-6. For the Blue Jays, they've been off for a while. They last played up in Waukesha, Wisconsin, on March 11th. Fell to the Pioneers 11-2. Gabby Castillo and Michaela Armstrong each scored goals for the Blue Jays in that loss against Carroll. They didn't score in that game until the second half. They were shut out in the first half against the Pioneers. But scored the first 2 goals of the first quarter here this morning. Led 2-0, but Alma came back. And after the timeout, there's a goal by Shanatsky. Second goal of the game for Katie. And it's now 6-4. That is a huge goal, much needed goal for the Blue Jays as they trail by just 2. Goal number 6 of the season for Shanatsky, her second goal today. And so with 5.5 left to play here in the third, it'll be Eastman and Brown on the draw control. About the first 5 or 6 draw controls, it was Riley McGeorge that took it for Alma. But since then, it has been number 23, Kirsten Brown, taking the draw controls. Boy, if the Blue Jays can get the next goal here, they would be within 1. And it'll be anybody's game. Alma scores, they're back up by 3. So the next team to score a goal, this is going to be critical. Winning the draw control, the Blue Jays. Gabby Castillo comes up with it. Good start for the Blue Jays. In possession, trailing by 2. Castillo flips it to Shanatsky. Can Katie get the hat trick? Looking for her third goal of the game. Katie instead passes up to Eastman, puts it on the ground. And we got a whistle as sticks were flying all over the place, and the ball is going to go to the Scots. So the Blue Jays do not get a shot off, and they turn it over. Bunce will restart it for the Scots. Willman now with it. Boy, give some credit to the Scots here in this third quarter. They have really clamped down defensively. As I mentioned earlier, Salmon having trouble with the outlet passes, resulting in some turnovers. And you have to give a lot of credit to Alma. Sherman. Now in the far wing, getting shoved a little bit by MC Brown. Now Sherman will go behind the cage. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Now it scores yellow. Pivots. Scores yellow. Comes out into the crease. Turns. Can't get a shot off. Shot clock at 35. And there's a shot and a goal by Sherman. Sherman scoring her second goal. It comes with 3:54 left to play here in the third quarter, and it is now 7-4. The lead is back up to 3 for the Scots. Goal number 22 on the year for Jamie Sherman, her second goal of the game. Boy, that was big. Now the Scots are back up by 3. 3:54 left to play here in the third quarter. Eastman and Brown on the draw control. Both goalkeepers have been in goal the entire game. Elena Fry of Alma and Karina Salmon of Elmhurst. Blue Jays won the last draw control. This one won by the Scots. It went right into the stick of McGeorge. McGeorge running down the far wing. McGeorge passes it off to Brown. And Alma, very patient on this offensive possession. Coming up, setting a screen is Kenny. And Brown worked off that screen but lost it. Salmon picked it up. Salmon flips it off to Shanatsky. Shanatsky gets across midfield. Check that. I'm sorry. That's MC Brown. And getting hit was Lindsay Novak. Lindsay restarts it, passes it up to Armstrong. Armstrong tried to pass it to Novak. It got deflected. Ball down on the ground. Ball still loose. McGeorge goes down on the turf. Still, and finally a whistle. Boy, McGeorge coming up to her knees, getting up awful slowly. We saw Debbie Kim go out with an injury early on in this game for the Blue Jays. And now it's Riley McGeorge limping noticeably. Boy, that left leg giving her problems. Bunce and Scorziello are escorting her off the field. Certainly hope that she's going to be okay. So she'll come out of the ball game. Number 15, Jerica Marietti, sophomore attacker, comes into the game. Number 15 for the Scots. As McGeorge gets attended to on the bench of the Scots. Boy, that's got to be awful tough sitting there, not only with the injury, but in this 30-degree weather. That can't help matters much either. Game time temperature, 39 degrees with the wind. Feels like it's 32. Snow flurries expected throughout the day. Overcast late morning here in Elmhurst. Back to the action now. Blue Jays on the attack. Here's Eastman at the point. 7-4. Undefeated Alma with the lead. Eastman, nothing there, gives it off. Ball down to the ground. Eastman picks it up. Heads up play by Eastman to come over and scoop up the ground ball. Eastman flips it to Brown. Oh, Brown tempted to shoot it and she lost it. Lost it to Kirsten Brown. Kirsten got hit by Lindsay Novak in a whistle, and what's the call? One official is giving the ball to the Scots. The other official is arguing with Ashley Johnson, the head coach of Alma. Now the two officials are going to talk things over here. Joe Vruna and Jay Abashian talking right around the 40-yard line. Kirsten Brown, number 23 of Alma, is hearing every word of it. Okay, it looks like it's going to be Alma ball here, I believe. Well, now I'm not so sure. No, they're going to give the ball to the Blue Jays. MC Brown quietly scoops up the ball, and now we're ready to go. Gives it to Eastman. Blue Jays with the ball trailing by 3 here with 1:43 to go in the third. Eastman pivots. Good defense by Alma. Eastman retreats a little bit. Shanatsky already with 2 goals today. She pivots, trying to break free. Comes into the crease area, loses it. Eastman trying to scoop it up, and we got a whistle. Ball is going to go to the Scots as the Blue Jays are jogging back defensively. 1:18 left to play here in the third quarter. Scots by 3, 7-4. Again, I mentioned earlier, the Scots averaging just over 22 goals per game coming into this game. And right now, towards the end of the third, they have just 7 goals here at Langhorst Field. All right, what's the delay here? Bunce will start it. She gives it to Flynn. Flynn zigging and zagging. Passes it around midfield, scores the yellow. Picks it up off the ground. She gets hacked and the ball is loose. Picked up by Willman. Willman flips it over to Bunce. Bunce on the sprint on the far wing. Under a minute to play here in the third. Bunce behind the cage area. Flips it to Kenny. And a whistle. And shot clock has been, or should be turned off, as there's only 43 and some change seconds left here in the third. Scott's bring it behind the cage here to Sherman. Sherman passes it to Scorziello, who scores. Nice pass from Sherman to Joanna Scorziello. And for Scorziello, that is her second goal of the morning. It comes with 36 seconds to play here in the third, and that now makes it 8-4. 4-goal advantage for the Scots, their biggest lead of the game. Boy, Sherman, as you saw the replay of it there, with a perfect pass right in stride in the crease area to Scorziello, who finds the back of the net. So goal number 17 on the season for Joanna. Second goal of the game. And it's 8-4 in favor of the Scots here. Eastman and Brown on the draw control. Alma led at the half by just 1, 4-3. But the Blue Jays scoring just 1 goal here in this third quarter. Here's McGeorge. McGeorge now in the attack, got stopped, and the shot, Salmon with a save, and Salmon covers up. Salmon with a quick outlet ahead. Blue Jays up to midfield and on the attack here. Shanatsky on the sprint. Shanatsky fires, and it hits the post. Novak tried to get the ricochet, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Scots, I believe. And that's the end of the third quarter, and we'll take a timeout here as the Blue Jays find themselves trailing by 4, 8-4 as we settle in and get ready for the fourth quarter. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn, a place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field as we are just about ready to begin the fourth quarter. The Scots of Alma outscoring the Blue Jays in that third quarter 4-1 to take a 4-goal lead here in the final into the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of this one. Blue Jays coming into this morning's game with a record of 0-5, Alma 8-0. Scots led at the end of the first quarter, 3-2. Each team scoring just one goal in the second quarter. Alma led at the break, 4-3. But the Scots scoring 4 goals in that third quarter to 1 goal for the Blue Jays as the Scots take a 4-goal lead here into the fourth quarter. Eastman and Kirsten Brown on the draw control to start this fourth quarter. Well, if the Scots can score 4 goals in a quarter, so can the Blue Jays, right? Blue Jays need to win some draw controls. And the whistle, and they're going to award the ball to the Blue Jays. So Elmhurst officially wins that draw control. It's Castillo, far sideline. Again, plenty of time for the Blue Jays. They've got the entire fourth quarter. No really need to panic, but run the offense, trying to get some good shots here. Eastman flips it to Shanatsky. They're going to need her to score. She already has 2 goals in the game today. Goals number 5 and 6 on the year for Shanatsky. There's a pass, and it's almost deflected. It is deflected. Ball goes down on the ground. It's scooped up by Castillo. Now it's Eastman trying to get an angle. Eastman, nothing there, and she retreats. Just underway here in the fourth quarter, non-conference battle. Blue Jays in possession, trailing by 4. Shot clock down to 22. Shanatsky gets banged a little bit. pivots. Pass to Ekstrand. Couple of Scots go down on the turf as the whistle is called, and it's ball is going to go to the Blue Jays here. Penalty situation here. Ekstrand going up against Fry. Ekstrand and Fry with the save. Off the Michaela Armstrong off the ricochet. She tried to score it. Now it's Peterson on the attack for the Scots. Boy, that was a great opportunity that the Blue Jays couldn't quite get it in. Scorziello makes the move to the right, and she will jog it behind the cage. Scorziello with a pass to McGeorge, and McGeorge puts it in. Scorziello with the assist. It comes with 12 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the game. It is now 9-4 in favor of the Scots. McGeorge, it is her second goal of the game. See the nice pass and the finish there by McGeorge in the crease area, and it's a 5-goal advantage now for the Scots. 9-4 in favor of Alma with 12:55 left to play. Again, it's Brown and Eastman on the draw control here. Don't forget the second game of our doubleheader. It will be Coach Morrell and the men's team taking the field here at Langhorst Field. That they will be playing Carroll, the Pioneers, in the conference home opener for the Blue Jays. That's later on today, 1 o'clock scheduled start, opening face-off, Blue Jays and the Pioneers of Carroll. And you can catch that here live on BlueJayTV.com. Next game, by the way, for these women Blue Jays, it will be this Wednesday, April 6th, against the University of Chicago. We'll have that one for you starting at 7 o'clock, opening draw control. 12:20 left to play in this one. Shanatsky as the Blue Jays semicircle around the net, working it around the perimeter. Now Castillo finally penetrates. Castillo takes the shot. Ball loose in the crease area, and it's going to be Peterson coming away with it for Alma. Boy, another great opportunity for the Blue Jays, but give a lot of credit to the Scots coming up big defensively. Now Alma on the attack. Nice move, and shooting and scoring is Jamie Sherman. Third goal of the game for Sherman. It comes with 11:47 to play in the game. And that makes it now 10-4. Alma with the lead. And for Sherman, goals 21, 22, and now goal number 23 on the season as she gets the hat trick, her third goal of the game. Alma breaking things open here in the second half, scoring 4 goals in the third quarter, and now 2 already here in the fourth quarter, and there's still 11:47 to play. Eastman and Brown on the draw control. McGeorge scoops it up. Well, I thought she scooped it up. She's still trying to. Now she goes down to the ground again. Second time that McGeorge has gone down to the turf. Now finally a whistle. Scorziello goes down as well. And they're going to award the ball to the Blue Jays. Coach Johnson can't believe that call. And now, well, the 3 officials are going to talk things over. Take another look at it here. You see the loose ball and the battle for it, and there you see. Oh man, can see why McGeorge went. No, that was Scorziello. That went down, number 10, and so they're going to award the ball to the Scots. Yeah, it looked like Scorziello was held, and that's the reason why she went down on the ground. So they're giving the ball to Alma. Boy, another great job by Ashley Johnson, the head coach. She's won a couple arguments here today with the officials. Brown spins. Break free. It gets the shot. Salmon with the save. Salmon, remember, this was the issue early on in the third quarter where she couldn't really find an outlet and passed it, and it resulted in a couple of turnovers. Passes it ahead, and she gets it to Mikos. Sophia across midfield. Now this is Shanatsky. Well, it may have been Brown, number 29 now. It was Brown that brought it up on the far side. In any event, Blue Jays continue with the possession. Shanatsky passes it to Eastman now. 43 on the shot clock as we approach the 10-minute mark of this one. Scots leading it by 6, their biggest lead of the game. Shanatsky looking for her hat trick. Defended nicely by Willman, down on the ground, and Willman picks up the loose ball. Willman has had a couple of nice defensive plays. She passes it ahead to Kenny. Lauren Kenny on the sprint right up the middle. Gets bumped and goes down, loses the ball, and it's scooped up by the... Well, I thought it was going to be scooped up by the Blue Jays, and not getting possession of it was Mikos. But ultimately the ball is going to go to the Blue Jays, and MC Brown. Well, check that. It'll be Eastman to restart it. With another whistle. Eastman keeps going. Eastman passes it to Shanatsky. And now Shanatsky gets a couple of words from head coach Allie Howard. Nothing there for Shanatsky. Under 9 minutes to play here in the game. Castillo loses it on the ground, but she picks it right back up, guarded by Willman. Tried to get it to Shanatsky down on the ground, and it's picked up by the Scots. Here's Brown on the dead sprint. That's one thing the Scots have done really nice in this game, is picked up the ground balls, the 50-50 balls. Brown still with it. Brown takes it all the way and scores. And then she throws her stick down as if to say, I'm tired, I need a break. Nice job that time, though, by Kirsten Brown, the freshman, as she picks up her second goal of the afternoon, 26th goal of the season, and it's now 11-4 in favor of the Scots. Goal coming with 8.5 minutes left to play here in this one. And we've got a timeout here on the field here with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play. It is 11-4 in favor of the Scots. We'll take a timeout as well as you are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field. The Blue Jays with just one goal here in the second half as they find themselves trailing by a score of 11-4. Alma led at halftime 4-3, but the Scots outscoring the Blue Jays in the third quarter 4-1. And they have outscored the Blue Jays here in this fourth quarter 3-0. The only goal in the second half for the Blue Jays was Katie Shinatsky's second goal of the game. It came with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. That's been it in the second half for the Blue Jays. Scots enjoying their biggest lead, 11-4. Brown, and now it's going to be Katie Shinatsky on the draw control for the Blue Jays. First time that Shinatsky is taking a draw control today. It has been Gracie Eastman taking the draw controls for the Blue Jays up until now. Scooped up by Brown, so Alma wins another draw control. And Brown's going to take it all the way and shoot and score again. Just 10 seconds after Brown scored her last goal, now she scores again. Here's another look at it. After winning the draw control, Brown just takes it all the way herself. Makes a nice little move right there. Not a very good angle, but she did get it by Salmon. And she's got the hat trick. Her third goal of the afternoon for Brown and her 27th goal of the season. And it's now a 12-4 advantage for the Scots. Shinatsky goes back out of the draw control area. Back in is Gracie Eastman. Eastman and Brown on the draw control here with 8:20 to play in the game. Well, it was a great effort for the Blue Jays in the first half of this game, but boy, the Scots showing why they are 8-0 on the year. They have been in control of this game here in the second half and have opened it up now, leading by a score of 12-4 and holding the Blue Jays to just one goal here in this entire second half. Corpus with the ball for the Blue Jays. See if the Blue Jays can finish strong, get a couple of goals here to build up their confidence heading into Wednesday's game here at Langhorst Field against the University of Chicago. That's at 7 o'clock. First draw control. We'll have that one for you here on BlueJayTV.com. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Shinatsky tried to pass it to Corpus. She can't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Scots. Pass to Scorziello, the freshman midfielder, in possession, and now she has it poked away nicely that time by Mikos, and there's a whistle. It'll be the Scots' ball here. Boy, the Scots have some key players who are freshmen. They're going to be tough for a while. One of those players will restart it here, Scorziello. after the officials talk things over yet again. And it looks like we're ready to go. Scorziello pivots again. Nothing there, and now she goes behind the net. Comes up into the crease area, shoots and scores. 6:33 remaining. It's Scorziello with the goal for the Scots to make it 13-4. Third goal of the game for Scorziello as she records the hat trick. Goals number 16, 17, and 18 on the year for Scorziello. Just a freshman. So that goal makes it a 9-goal advantage, 13-4, in favor of the Scots. Things starting to unravel here for the Blue Jays. Eastman and Brown on the draw control. And it's won by Brown as she picks it off nicely out of the air. Brown, a couple of goals here in this fourth quarter. And another one. Wow. Yet another goal for Brown. Her fourth goal of the afternoon comes with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to play. It's now a 10-goal advantage for the Scots. Comes just 17 seconds after her third goal. And with the 10-goal lead, we will now have a running clock here for the final 5:52. On the women's side, if you're up 10 goals or more, there'll be a running clock. The only time the clock will stop is like for an injury or for a timeout. But after each goal from now on, the clock will continue to run. And boy, you have to give a lot of credit to this Alma team coming out strong in the second half. Alma led by just one at the break, 4-3. Blue Jays actually scored the first 2 goals of this game and led 2-0. But the Scots made some adjustments at halftime and came out and really dominated the second half. Here's McGeorge at the point. McGeorge curls around and she puts it in. Did she? There may have been a whistle. Nope, they're saying it's a goal. So McGeorge scores to make it 15-4 in favor of Alma. So once again, in this inaugural SIDS awareness game, the Blue Jays, boy, they came out strong here in this first half, but just seemed to run out of gas here in the second half. But they're going to try to regroup as they're going to fall to 0-6 on the year. Meanwhile, the Scots of Alma are going to remain undefeated as they'll improve to 9-0 on the year. Just over 4 minutes to play here with the running clock. Brown and Eastman on the draw control. Don't forget the second game of our doubleheader. Please log on at 1 o'clock this afternoon for the Blue Jay men's team as they'll take on the Carroll Pioneers in the CCIW Conference Opener for the Blue Jays. Riding an 8-game winning streak, the Blue Jays 8-2 after dropping their first 2 games of the season. The Blue Jays have rattled off 8 in a row, and they are playing some very good lacrosse. So log on 1 o'clock this afternoon, Blue Jay Lacrosse, live from Langhorst Field. The next game for the women's team of Elmhurst University will be this Wednesday night. And coming in and shooting is Lauren Kenny. So Kenny, with another goal, adds to this lead, and it's now 16-4 as the Scots are pouring it on. That game on Wednesday for the Blue Jays will be at 7 o'clock, will be the opening draw control against the University of Chicago. This Wednesday night at 7 o'clock will be the next women's game, and we'll have that for you live here on BlueJayTV.com. Scots outscoring the Blue Jays in the second half, 12-1. Gracie Eastman, Kirsten Brown on the draw control. As we are at the 2-minute mark of this game. Ball is up and picked out of the air nicely by McGeorge as the Scots win another draw control. See how Alma plays it offensively here. With the big lead, 16-4. Yeah, and it looks like they'll just kind of run some clock here. Walking it out is Scorziello on the far wing. Sherman moving around in the crease area. Now it's Brown as she starts to make the move. Yeah, it looks like the Scots really not looking to score here. They're just trying to work it around and run the clock down. Here's Brown holding. Flash by Kenny, and she gets out. Now she'll bring it behind the cage as she's checked by Ekstrand. Coming in, dropping the ball down on the ground, but picking it right back up was Lauren Kenny. Here's Brown on the attack, and Brown in the crease area gets it by Salmon for the goal. Kirsten Brown with another goal for the Scots, and it's going to be 17-4. Will probably be your final score here as there's only 23 seconds to play. I don't think we're even going to get this draw control off. So the Scots of Alma College with just 4 goals at halftime, but boy, they exploded for 13 goals in the second half of this one. Final seconds winding down, and that's going to be it. Your final score here from Langhorst Field. The Scots of Alma College remain undefeated. They are now 9-0 as the Scots knock off the Blue Jays by a score of 17-4. The Blue Jays now are 0-6. Well, we hope you enjoyed the telecast. Again, we'll be with you this afternoon at 1 o'clock for the men's game as the Blue Jays will take on the Carroll Pioneers in the CCIW conference opener for the Blue Jays. So for our entire crew, Mark Kruger saying so long from Langhorst Field. Again, your final score. Alma College wins it by a score of 17-4. We'll talk to you again at 1 o'clock this afternoon for the men's game. So long, everybody.